Something has been visiting your back door every single night at 11 p.m. for weeks, maybe months, maybe longer than that. You have never seen it. You have been inside, lights on, television glowing, unaware. But it has seen you, through your kitchen window, through the glass in your back door. It has watched the lights in your house go on and off. It has listened to your footsteps moving from room to room. It has learned the exact rhythm of your evening. And then it waits. 11 minutes after your bedroom light goes dark, it arrives, same path, same stops, same careful route through your yard. It knows where the motion sensor light triggers. It knows which boards on your deck creak. It has solved you like a puzzle you didn't know you were presenting. You thought your yard was yours after dark. You were wrong. Welcome back to Backyard Night Mind. If you are new here, subscribe before you leave, because what you are about to learn will change the way you hear your yard after dark forever. Tonight we are going through 7 ways the opossum outside your door has already mapped your entire life. Stay until the end, because the last one connects you to something 70 million years old and almost no one knows it. Number 1. The sound at the door, that soft scratching sound you hear at your back door just after 11 p.m. on warm nights, the one that stops the moment you stand up to check, is not a branch. It is an opossum testing your door frame for food residue. And it has been there before. Researchers at the University of California, Davis tracked 47 individual opossums across suburban neighborhoods using microchip identification and found something remarkable. What they call systematic food sourcing, the methodical investigation of human structures for caloric opportunity, happens with precision timing. Opossums return to productive food sources at intervals of 23 to 26 hours, almost exactly 1 day apart. What surprised scientists was not that opossums remembered food locations. It was how precisely they remembered the time. 82% of documented visits occurred within a 30-minute window of the previous night's visit. They are not wandering. They are scheduling. That means the opossum at your back door tonight is the same one that was there last night, and the night before that. It has incorporated your door frame into a nightly route that probably includes 6 other houses in your neighborhood. Your back door is stop number 3 or 4. It knows the route so well it could walk it in complete darkness. It does walk it in complete darkness. Every night while you sleep. A graphic designer in Oregon started hearing the scratching at her back door every night at 10:47 p.m. For 3 weeks she assumed it was her neighbor's cat. One night she stood at the window with the lights off and waited. At exactly 10:47 p.m., an opossum appeared from the left side of her deck, walked directly to the door, spent 90 seconds investigating the frame, and left from the right side. Same route, same time, same methodical investigation. She set her watch to it. Tonight, after 11 p.m., stand near your back door in complete darkness and silence. If you hear that soft, deliberate scratching, always low, always patient, you are hearing an animal that has already scheduled you into its night, and it is right on time. Number 2, the reason you always hear that sound at the same time every night is not coincidence. Opossums are crepuscular calculators. They have learned when you eat dinner, when you turn off your porch light, and when you stop moving around your house. Biologists at Ohio State University studied opossum activity patterns in residential areas using motion-activated cameras and discovered that opossums adjust their timing based on human household patterns. What researchers call temporal niche partitioning, the division of time to avoid competition or danger, happens with remarkable precision. Opossums visiting households with regular schedules arrived within 15 minutes of the same time, 89% of nights. The timing was not random. It corresponded directly to a specific event, the cessation of human activity. They were not visiting at 11 p.m., they were visiting 11 minutes after you stopped moving. Right now, tonight, the opossum outside your door is waiting for your house to go quiet. It can hear your footsteps through the walls. It can see your shadow moving past windows. And it has learned, through weeks of observation, exactly how long after your last light goes out it is safe to approach. You think you are going to bed. You are actually starting its shift. Pay attention to when you hear that scratching. Then notice what you were doing 11 minutes before. You will find the pattern. The opossum already has. It is responding to you. Number 3. The exact route, that path you sometimes see through the dew on your lawn in the morning. The one that goes from your fence line past your deck and disappears into the shrubs near your house, is not random. It is an opossum highway, and it never changes. Research published by the National Wildlife Federation analyzed opossum movement patterns using GPS tracking collars and found that opossums establish and maintain precise routes through territories. What scientists call traplining, visiting multiple food sources in a fixed sequence, happens with spatial accuracy of less than 2 feet of deviation per visit. The routes are not shortcuts. They are carefully calculated paths that avoid hazards opossums have learned through experience, motion sensor ranges, areas where dogs have access, places where humans frequently appear. Each route is a solution to a complex problem: how to move through a human-dominated landscape without being detected. The opossum visiting your back door does not wander through your yard. It follows the exact same route every single night, along your back fence, past the oak tree on the left, around the corner of your deck, always the left corner, never the right, to your door. Then back along the fence line on the opposite side. You own the property, but the opossum has mapped it more precisely than you have, and it uses that map every night. A teacher in North Carolina noticed the same trail through the mulch in her backyard appearing every morning. She set up a trail camera facing the path. What she recorded was a single opossum making the same walk every night at 11:23 p.m., following the trail so precisely that its feet landed in the same spots each time. Over 14 nights of footage, the path never varied by more than 6 inches. She realized it was not exploring, it was commuting, and it had memorized the route. Next time you hear movement outside your door, try to track the sound. You will notice it comes from the same direction, moves through the same space, and leaves from the same exit point, every single night. Number 4. It knows your schedule. The opossum outside your door does not arrive at random times and happen to find you absent. It knows when you are home. It knows when you go to bed, and it adjusts its entire route based on your patterns. Researchers at the University of Montana used infrared cameras to document how opossums respond to human presence and found that opossums modify their behavior based on learned patterns of human activity. In neighborhoods with predictable household schedules, opossums exhibited what researchers call predictive avoidance, arriving at properties after human activity ceased, not by chance, but by learned timing. The study found that opossums exposed to regular human schedules for just 2 weeks began timing their visits to occur an average of 13 minutes after the last observed human activity. They were not avoiding humans in the moment, they were avoiding humans in advance. Layer right now, the opossum visiting your back door has learned your schedule better than most of your friends know it. It knows what time you get home from work. It knows which nights you stay up late. It knows when you let your dog out for the last time. And it uses all of that information to visit your property during the exact window when you will not be there to see it. For 1 week, vary your bedtime by an hour each night. Then pay attention to when you hear the scratching. You will find the opossum adjusts too. It is tracking you. Number 5. The avoidance strategy. The reason you have never seen the opossum at your back door, even though it has been there dozens of times, is not luck, it is strategy. It has learned to avoid you specifically, and it is very, very good at it. Studies from the Smithsonian Institution analyzing opossum cognition found that opossums demonstrate sophisticated avoidance learning. When exposed to repeated neutral human encounters, opossums developed what researchers call individual human recognition, the ability to distinguish between different people and predict their behavior patterns. The research showed opossums could learn the difference between a person who regularly walked a dog at night versus a person who only occasionally checked their backyard. And they timed their visits accordingly. They were not avoiding all humans, they were avoiding specific humans whose patterns they had learned. The opossum outside your back door knows you, not as a species, as an individual. It knows the sound of your footsteps versus your partner's footsteps. It knows which door you use to let the dog out. It knows that you check the back door around 10:30 p.m. before you go to bed, and it waits until 10:47 p.m. to arrive, 17 minutes after you have finished checking. A retired firefighter in Georgia became obsessed with catching a glimpse of whatever was leaving tracks on his deck every night. He tried waiting by the door at different times. He tried leaving the porch light off. He tried being completely silent. For 6 weeks, he never saw it. Then one night he fell asleep on his couch and woke at 1:14 a.m. He looked out the window. The opossum was there. It had waited until he fell asleep. It knew the difference between him being awake and asleep. The next time you hear the sound and rush to the door, notice how quickly the sound stops. It heard you stand up. It was listening for you the entire time. Number 6. The memory map. Every corner of your yard that the opossum has visited even once is now stored in a spatial memory map that rivals the navigation systems of animals we consider far more intelligent. Opossums do not forget. They build mental maps, and they use them every single night. Research from the University of British Columbia tested opossum spatial memory by creating artificial obstacle courses in urban environments and tracking how opossums navigated them over time. What they found startled researchers. Opossums demonstrated spatial memory accuracy comparable to rats, widely considered one of the most intelligent navigators in the animal kingdom. After just 3 exposures to a new route, opossums could navigate it in complete darkness without error. After 10 exposures, they could detect if a single obstacle had been moved 2 feet from its original position. They were not learning routes, they were building precise internal maps. The opossum at your back door has memorized every detail of your property. It knows where your trash cans are, it knows which window well has a gap, it knows that the birdseed spills from your feeder land in a specific spot near the fence, it knows where you park your car, and that there is often food wrapper debris near the driver's side door. It has been mapping your yard for months, and that map is complete, and it is accurate down to the foot. If you move something in your yard, a trash can, a planter, a deck chair, pay attention the next night. You might hear the opossum pause where the object used to be. It noticed what you changed. Number 7. 70 million years of survival. Every single behavior you have just learned about, the timing, the mapping, the schedule recognition, the avoidance strategy, is not new. Opossums have been perfecting these skills for 70 million years. They are North America's oldest surviving mammal, and there is a reason they survived. Anthropological studies from the University of Washington, examining opossum evolutionary history, found that opossums are the only marsupial species native to North America, with fossil records dating back 70 million years. They survived the extinction event that killed the dinosaurs. They survived the ice ages. They survived the arrival of humans. The behaviors we are now documenting in suburban backyards are not adaptations to modern life. They are ancient survival strategies, perfected over millions of years, that happen to work extraordinarily well in human-dominated landscapes. The opossum is not learning to live with humans. It is applying 70 million years of experience to a new environment, and it is winning. When the opossum visits your back door tonight at 11 p.m., you are not seeing a random animal that wandered into your yard. You are seeing the product of 70 million years of evolutionary refinement in memory, timing, navigation, and avoidance. You are seeing an animal that has outlasted entire lineages of predators by being extraordinarily good at not being seen, and it is practicing that skill right now, in your yard, while you sleep, unaware that one of Earth's most ancient survival machines is 12 feet from your bedroom window. Tonight, when you hear that sound, remember, this is not just an animal looking for food. This is a 70 million-year-old lineage that learned to survive by being smarter than everything hunting it. You are not separate from the night. You have never been separate from it. The opossum outside your door is not an intruder. It is a neighbor you have simply never met because it has learned your schedule so precisely that your lives never overlap. You are living in the same space, using the same yard, walking the same paths but in different shifts. You have the day, it has the night, and the boundary between those shifts is not darkness, it is knowledge. The sounds you used to ignore are now behaviors. The scratches you dismissed are now intelligence. You know what is happening now. Every human who ever lived shared their space with nocturnal animals. Most of them knew these animals were there. They listened, they learned. Now you do too. The opossum does not avoid you because it fears you. It avoids you because it has learned you. It knows your rhythms, your patterns, your schedule. It has studied you without you ever knowing you were being observed. And it has built its entire nightly routine around the gaps in yours. What you carry now is not fear, it is respect. The next time you hear that soft scratch at 11 p.m., you will know exactly what it is, and exactly why you will never see it. The night was never empty. You were just on a different schedule. Have you ever heard scratching at your back door late at night and gone to check but found nothing there? Or have you seen the same trail through your yard every morning and never known what made it? Tell me in the comments. I read every one. These are the stories I carry longest. I'll see you after dark.